up and you look back at it. I should take a photo, but nobody out here knows. Nobody nothing knows, say you are give it up. Nobody nothing knows, say you come over me, yeah.
Hey guys, it's Odera. So I am finally doing a, well, I don't know if it's finally, I need to check, but I'm doing, I guess I'm just gonna say doing a full face tutorial except for the eyes, because I usually do an eye makeup look and then I kind of speed through the rest of it and you never really see how all the rest of it gets done. But this is basically a little bit of what I do on when I'm getting ready for like to go out or something. This is, I always say I have levels to my makeup because there's like my work level, which is really like not that much at all. Like I'm just trying to get it done and get to work on time. Then there's like my going out, my usual, which is kind of like this, what I did on camera today, which you're gonna see. And then I have like my big event makeup where I go like cream contour, cream highlight, like, you know, try to go all out. So it's kind of like level. So this is kind of the middle level that you guys are seeing today. I didn't do a cream contour because I don't do that on a daily basis. And the only thing that I did differently than I don't usually do is I added, I'll show you guys. I added this Gleam by Melanie Mills Body Radiance in Rose Gold. I did this before and I used the bronze gold, and the bronze gold or the deep gold, one of those were really, really, really dark. So I thought rose gold would be a little better because I was trying to go for a really like summery, glowy, like ready for the sun type look. That was so many descriptions in one. I've seen a bunch of ladies use this, especially like a couple of my favorite makeup artists on YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that. And so I wanted to go ahead and try this out. I do like it. It's kind of thick though, and I feel like it made my makeup really thick. I don't know if it looks super thick in the camera, but it kind of feels thick. Well, it looked thick in the mirror. So, but I do like how it looked. And I think you can also just take a bit of it and dab it on top of everything else and just in the areas you want to highlight as well. And it would be really good, since it is a body radiance, if you have like something that's showing your shoulders. You can, I'm not showing my shoulders today obviously, but if you wanted to show your shoulders, you can place that on your body and it will get you a really cool glow. So yeah. I do like this. I'm still messing around with them every once in a while just to like play with them and see how I feel about them and just the glow they give me. So that was basically the only thing that was different from what I usually do. And then I added a little bit more, well no, I was gonna say I added a little bit more highlight, but let's be real, I didn't. It was about the same amount that I usually do. Someone had asked me, they said how I look flawless, and I'm not gonna pretend like I look flawless because I have a lot of bumps and my skin is really textured, and I have a lot of like dark marks. I obviously, when you take a picture, I have the Sony A5100, so it helps me smoothing out my skin. And also you kind of, I mean, obviously you face tune a lot of like the big pimples or whatever, but this I feel is a full coverage foundation. I feel like, I mean, this is obviously on camera so you can see what it looks like without all the filtering and stuff like that. So I was gonna tell her, what I did tell her was full coverage foundations really work for me because I do have the dark marks on my skin from I cannot talk today, Jesus Christ, from the hyperpigmentation and from acne scars. And then I do have some like texture, like rashes and bumps on my skin. I don't know if you guys, it's been kind of decent today. So anyway, that's basically it. I'm talking so much. Let me know in the comments below if there's any other summertime videos you would like to see, and if there was any like just anything else you would like to see. I have a couple more videos in mind that I'm hoping to do really, really soon. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great day wherever you are. And if you would like to see how I do my full coverage foundation and highlight contour without the eyes, then stay tuned. Bye. Alright, let's get started. So I'm going to start off putting on some sunscreen. This is SPF 50, I believe. I use this every day because, as you can tell, I have a bunch of dark marks that I'm trying to get rid of, which makes my skin really sensitive to the sun. So I do this every day. Okay, so I'm using my Nivea Men's Aftershave Balm, and I'm just going to place this on my face until it gets tacky. And then I'm going to use my Becca Evermatte just around my nose because that's where I get oily, and so I need the extra protection on there. So I have a bunch of dark marks on my skin because I'm a notorious pimple popper, so I have to use this Peach Luster by MAC to help correct all the dark spots. And I just put this in the general direction, area, of where my dark marks are, and then spread it around. But this helps to cancel out all those like dark spots. I like using peach correctors because I feel like it blends into the skin better and it kind of disappears better. Orange ones, I feel like it'd be a little bit too orange. I haven't tried one, but that's just kind of my theory, so I like to use peach correctors. Well, I'm going to be using my Makeup Forever Ultra HD, but I almost forgot to do this step, which I'm going to do that first before putting on the foundation. And I don't know if I should just put too much or not, but I just felt that it made my whole makeup application a little bit thick. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know. Okay, getting back to the foundation. So I use two foundations whenever I do my makeup most of the time. And so for this HD foundation, it's actually kind of red. So I like to put that on the perimeter of my face because it's a little too red for it to be all over. And then I use a second foundation that's just a tiny bit lighter to do like towards the center. And I believe I've said this before, but whenever I use a brush, I like to do pat motions instead of swiping motions. Patting helps to kind of push the foundation into your skin, while swiping will kind of move the product around too much. And the second foundation I like to use is this Marc Jacobs foundation, the Remarkable. Now I will admit I use like way too much foundation. I always go overboard when I do foundation and contour videos. I don't need this much at all because a little bit goes a long way when using this foundation, so that probably contributed to the whole thickness of my makeup. Now I'm just going to continue to blend like there is no tomorrow. Like when I looked through all the footage I had, there were so many minutes just like dedicated to blending all of this in. It's crazy how long it takes to blend it in, but you just got to stay with it because you want it to look all really cohesive and blended in with each other. And I also believe I've stated that I like to switch between using my brush and using my beauty blender because it helps to just make sure everything looks cohesive. Like you look really crazy at first, but once you really blend it in, it works out. It doesn't look as nice, like out of control, jigsaw puzzle, like. So once we blended it in, we begin to look more normal and not like a crazy person. Now I'm going to move into the highlight, and I'm using this stick foundation from Bobbi Brown in Golden, and I'm placing this on under my eyes, a little bit up the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, on my cupid's bow, and on my chin. And when I do my highlight down the bridge of my nose, you'll notice I don't go all the way down to the tip of my nose. That's because it makes my nose look longer, and I don't like that look. I like my nose to look skinnier, not necessarily longer, so I stop about like right before it gets to like the tip of my nose. So I also wanted to say, like, most of the times I kind of skip this step, especially since I already have two different foundations on that kind of do the whole highlight thing for me, but for the purposes of the video, and sometimes I do it anyway, I did add that extra layer of under eye foundation. Now I'm using my Chanel Natural Loose Powder. I really love this powder because it's kind of like an in-between between being too light and being yellow. And I realized after filming I should have done the whole baking thing so I could include that, but I didn't do that this time. I don't always bake because it can be a little bit too thick on my skin and I don't really like that.
And I'm testing out this new bronzer because I can't find the one I really like from CoverGirl. This one's from, I think it's Black Radiance. It's okay. I wasn't like head over heels for it, but it was, I mean, it worked for the most part, I guess, for right now. Okay, so I usually contour. This is not nothing new for you guys. This is contouring with my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour shade in Crab. I like to bronze and contour because bronze has more of a warmer undertone and contours usually have more of a cooler undertone. So bronzers warm up your face while contours sculpt your face. And if you want to make sure that contour is nice and clean, you can just do a little bit of baking under the contour. So I'm taking that same Chanel powder and just placing that right under the contour shade. Going back to the bronzer, I'm going to use that to contour my nose. I don't like to use my contour shade to do that because I feel like it's a little too dark and I don't want those like razor streaks going down the side of my nose. So I usually stick to my bronzer to do the contouring for me. Using MAC's Bronze Glow and Laura Geller Gilded Honey, I'm going to use both of those to highlight, starting off with the MAC shade. And I highlight on the high points of my cheeks, my down, well not the down of my bridge of my nose. I use the tip of my nose and then like the top of my nose and then my cupid's bow and a little tiny bit on my chin. Again, I don't go all the way down the bridge of my nose with the highlight because I don't want my nose to seem longer, like Pinocchio long. I just like to do those 2 points. Then I'm going to take my NARS blush in Tios and I'm going to place that in between the highlight and the contour. So taking my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, this is my usual all over powder. I'm going to use that to wipe off the baking under the contour because I feel like it's going to neutralize that color too. After all is said and done, make sure to douse your face with Fix Plus. I forgot to do that on camera, but this is basically what I do. It's a little thicker than what I usually do, but this is the usual routine. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great day wherever you are, and I hope you subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.